Terry McAuliffe, thanks so much for joining us here on Newsmax TV.
Great to be back with you.
Well, you're helping President Obama with his reelection campaign. He says he's desperately trying to right the ship when it comes to the U.S. economy. Looking toward 2012, what's your advice to him?
Keep that focus on jobs, get that jobs bill passed. I think it's great now that he has put out his plan. There is going to be legislation. It's going to be voted on up or down. I think people are so tired of the bickering, nothing getting done. So let's get the legislation out there. And if people don't want to vote for it, then vote against it. But at least let's get people on the record where you stand on the number one issue, job creation.
But is the jobs plan the right solution for the American economy right now, considering that the GOP won't pass it?
Well, he's got a plan, and I haven't seen the GOP come up with any plan on their own. I mean, you can't just keep saying no, no, no. What I worry about is, we're opening operations all over the world. I'm competing, creating American jobs to do business around the world. Other nations are moving ahead of us at warp speed, and we're caught in this endless bickering here with not getting anything done. I always say jobs are not partisan, not Democrat, Republican job. Jobs are jobs. And we got to really get on this. Both sides have to come here and work on it. So he has a plan. If Republicans want to vote it down, at least they're on the record for voting it down. And let's see what they come up with.
All right. Well, after Democrats lost that New York special election, It appears that President Obama, especially with the Palestinian statehood question, now is in a tight spot with Jewish voters. Does he lose this block of voters in 2012? And what's your advice to him right now?
Sure. Very early to tell what's going to happen in 2012. I always like to say, and I've been doing this a long, long time, until we have an opponent, none of these polls matter at all. Until there's a race, one-on-one, and I don't know if it's going to be Romney or Perry or whoever it may be. Once there's a head-to-head race, then game on, and we'll see what actually occurs. He still is personally like President Obama. We got a long way to go. As you know, I chaired the President Clinton's reelect. Our numbers were similar, if not worse, at this time when we end. Ronald Reagan, as you know, for his reelect at this time, his numbers were in the low 40s. Both President Reagan and Clinton went on to huge reelections.
What are you hearing from within the Democratic Party about a possible primary challenge to President Obama?
Yeah, zero. I mean, no chance at all. I know some of the press like to ask about Hillary. Zero chance. And that's one huge advantage we have. And, having lived through 1980, whereas, Senator Kennedy challenged incumbent President Carter, it makes it very hard. We have no primary challenge at all. And, the ability to raise a tremendous amount of money. That's a huge advantage, whereas the Republicans are going to, and I think the way the Republicans have changed their primary rules and the allocation of delegates, it's now not winner take all in a lot of these states. So it's going to go on for a long time. It will probably go on to April, May, June, like ours did. And so while they're doing that, the president obviously has no primary opposition and continue to focus on being president. And it's a huge bully pulpit when you have the White House. Is
there a Democrat, though, who could challenge him and be successful?
I don't see it. I probably would have heard something by now, but no one's talking about it. As I say, the press like to talk about Hillary. There's zero chance on that. So I think he's got clear sailing, at least through the nomination process.
Now, you say zero chance for Hillary in 2012. What about 2016?
If you talk to her about it, she'd probably throw you out the window. Will she ever run again? I would never say never. I don't think anyone would ever say that. But I think where her mindset is today, finish up. She's focused on Secretary of State. Finish that up, and maybe, she has been on this for a long time. Sit back, enjoy life a little bit.
Okay, so while we have you, I want to get your thoughts on some of the GOP presidential candidates. Lightning round, if you will,
sure.
Beginning with Rick Perry.
He's come out very fast. He's now the front runner. Can he sustain it? I don't know. I would make the argument that if Romney can beat Perry, it's actually good for Romney at the end. I think this is actually good for Mitt Romney if he can beat Perry. But, Perry, people are asking questions, but, he's from Texas. He can raise a lot of money. People are yearning on the Republican side for something new. They keep asking for new candidates. Maybe he can fit it.
What's your take on Romney?
I think his pro-business message is what, he's going to put his foot out and talk about. I think he would be a very formidable general election candidate. I've said this in speeches that, I've given. I think he would be a very formidable. I think
even tougher than Perry going up against Obama?
Hard to tell at this point. Till early, I want to see him. Perry just got in this race. But I do think it's down to Perry and Romney today, and I think it'll be a good match. I can also make the argument to you, the two of them going after each other through the entire primaries is not bad for the Republican Party. Hillary and Barack Obama went right till June, as you know. built up our organizations in all 50 states, and I think they both became better candidates through the process. So I can argue it's probably, having an extended process could be good for them.
How confident are you that President Obama wins re-election?
I'm confident. I remind you that only once in 100 years when a president has taken over from the opposing party and run for re-election, only once in 100 years has that president not won re-election. That was Jimmy Carter in 1980. As I say, they personally like the president. It's a long way to go. We need an opponent. But it's going to be when you have an economy, what we have today, and literally people are focused on job creation. I think people are yearning for jobs, and the expectations are so high. It is a stubborn economy we have. And so I would say this is going to be a very close race. It will probably come down to a basket of 7 or 8 states.
Who takes the House and the Senate?
We need to pick up about 25 in the House. I think it's, first of all, hard today because we don't know who a lot of this is going to happen. Obviously in the Senate, the Republicans only have 10 up. We have 23 up. Obviously, it's a much more difficult path for us, even though, we have the majority, because we have so many more seats that are up. It all is going to come down to, I believe, who is the Republican nominee and what is the message.
Tell us a little bit about your green car company and any exciting new developments that are on the horizon.
Well, we just rolled it out. Actually, the picture was in the New York Times this weekend. As you know, about a year and a half ago, I went to China, bought one of their electric car companies, moved the entire company to the United States of America, brought those jobs from there to here, something hadn't been done before. That car will roll out in the next month and a half. We've already sold a distribution agreement to Denmark. Denmark wants to buy as many of these cars as we can make. They're going all green. It's what you call a neighborhood vehicle, electric vehicle. I recently got some press. I was in China over the summer, and we broke ground on a major plant, hybrid car plant in Ordos, China, about an 8.9 million square foot plant, gigantic plant. But the deal I negotiated was that the engine, the battery management, and the powertrain all have to be made in the United States of America by U.S. workers. It's a profitable business. It's exciting. It's something new. And that's what I want us here in America to do. Private sector are the ones that create jobs. But your government can help set that table. I'm in China a lot. I know what's going on around the world. They're trying to beat our brains in on wind turbines and solar panels and what's going on in Germany and China. We got to get smart over here in America. It is a tough global economy. We got to make products that people want to buy. And that's with the electric car. I'm excited with this rollout. It's never been done before.
Last question for you real quickly. Should green technology be the political issue that it's become?
Yeah, it's a good question. It is a political issue only in the sense that other nations, as I say, China has announced they want to own the solar, they want to own the wind turbine business, they want to own the electric car. They've all made these statements. Green technology, it's the future. There are going to be 2.2 billion more people in the world, as you know, in the next 20 years. They all need energy. Let's not become more dependent on overseas oil. Let's become less dependent. Let's not go from an economy where we get our oil from Kuwait and Saudi Arabia to 20 years from today where we're buying our turbines and panels from Germany and China. That's not good for America. Let's make it here. You got to make products that people will buy.
Terry McAuliffe, thanks so much.
Great to be with you, Kathleen. Thank you.